And thanks everyone for joining. We appreciate it. All the coverage this year has been phenomenal. Obviously, super exciting year and off to the best start in Cavaliers history.
All 82.
Exactly.
We got all the cliches.
Tom. Kenny, what you think of the new guy? Good. You think of this new meeting?
You touched on the trade deadline briefly the other night.
You have to listen to you'd be really not smart if you didn't listen and talk about how you can get better. It's just it's a business we're in. We're really good, obviously, but could always be something out there that gets us to the next level. My one thing to Kobe is we have great chemistry right now, and a great kind of culture, great locker room culture. That's super important to me. Obviously, continuity thing has really helped. So, we just gotta, if it is a trade, if it is a buyout, it's gotta be the right fit, obviously.
Thank you.
Sets the scene for Cavaliers basketball on FanDuel Sports Network, presented by Hyundai. It's a Central Division clash as the Cavaliers battle the Pistons. The Cavs are out of timeout. They need to go 94 feet. Darius Garland over the timeline. Garland for the win. Oh! Darius with the dagger. He was in traffic. Garland. And the Cavaliers have won it by the final of 118-115.
Hell yeah!
Let's go home. Come on. They say game. Let's go, DC.
About this game, so let's start with the end. Talk to me about what happened on that final play.
DJ, the PG, he stepped up, made the shot, and man, that was a crazy ending. I don't even know.
How do you explain what? There he is. There he is.
Let's go home. Guys, see the mic? Let's go home. All-Star 4. Let's go home.
All right, I know you.
Kenny, what was your view of the Darius Garland buzzer beater at the end there?
Incredible. We had a play set up, and he disregarded the play and went and made a play. If that makes sense.
Yeah. When did you know? Did you know it was one of those things where it was going in when it left his hand?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of knew it. It looked nice, and we had Sam coming off a pin down on the other side, who I thought was open, and it's what great players do. They make big plays.
Tweeted by our guy Chris Haynes.
Because they did make a trade.
Trading forward DeAndre Hunter.
I love this move.
For Cleveland, I love that you get a wing guy.
This was the steal of the...
Yeah, 19 a game, leading the league in scoring off the bench.
Come on, man.
They got a wing they were looking for.
Probably the best year he's had since he's been in the league. He's been healthy and he's productive.
He's a proven player in the NBA, right? And number two, you know what he is.
They're playing the best basketball.
What does this make Cleveland in the Eastern Conference?
Obviously, we made a big decision yesterday afternoon. And first and foremost, we want to thank Karis, Levert, and George Niang. Really important parts of our team and our program. It was almost 3 years ago that we traded for Karis. And so Karis has been a big part of our ascent as a program. And so it's really difficult to make that phone call. And then obviously George, who has been the life of the locker room in a lot of ways. Give him credit, has played every single game since we've acquired him. And that's not easy to do, to play all 82 and be available. And so they were big parts of our culture. And so to make these kinds of decisions don't come lightly. These are hard things to do. I think for us, even though we're off to such a great start, even though that the regular season record is what it is, we're thinking past April, and we're thinking, how do we continue to progress? How do we win rounds of the playoffs? How do we ultimately set ourselves up for a championship?
It's interesting. Sometimes you're proud of the group for what they're doing tactically on the floor, and there's other games where you're proud of them for other reasons, right? Like, why is this one of those games?
Yeah, this was more. This just goes to show how connected we are, how much they support each other. We went through some some stuff, and we're all kind of tired, to be honest. And I told them, in the locker room, a lot of teams lose this game, and that's kind of who we are. We got a heck of a team.
Timeout, Washington. 24 hours. Did you guys kind of have to fight that mental fatigue to start this game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we also had 3 in 5 days, so another tough one. And I feel like we were just mentally tired and a little bit physically tired, but we found a way to get the win.
So you had a 30-point game.
We were all just sitting in like, these guys are a hell of a group. We love coaching you. She'll start crying. It's crying. Love you guys. Can we get out of here?
Hey, shout out to Craig and James Ronnie being ready. Too. Yeah.
Yeah, no 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
At her eyes, got the little squint.
Alright, everybody, this is DeAndre. We are now open for questions.
What is the most exciting aspect of coming to a team like this?
For me, is winning. Coming from Atlanta, we had down years, had good years, but here I think it's kind of expected to win, and that's something I would like to pride myself on because I would consider myself a winner. So I think that would be the biggest thing that I'm excited for.
What do you expect the process of getting up to speed in Cleveland being like for you?
I think it'll be a little tough, especially since it's mid-season. Learning the plays, learning, guys' tendencies and things like that. So that might take a while, but as far as the game of basketball, it's the same. No matter where you're at. So, the fundamental principles will be the same, but just learning the system and, like I said, guys' tendencies, what they do and don't like to do. I think that would be the hardest, thing for me to learn.
Do you anticipate it being more difficult on offense or defense?
I think it'll be the same for both. You spend most of your time, 50-50 on offense and defense, so it's kind of hard to say which one will be harder. But like I said, I think it'll just take a little time, and playing to definitely speed up the process a little more.
How do you think you'll fit in?
Because I really do think the DeAndre Hunter trade makes them the team to beat in the East. I really do. I mean, they were already playing great. To go out and get a player as good as DeAndre Hunter, I think that was a home run by the Cavs. So if I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have to change my pick. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are the front runner in the East.
I'm excited. I texted DeAndre, just myself and said, hey, excited to have you, excited to be a part of this and really get to this moving forward.
How do you think you'll fit in?
I think I'll fit in great. I know a few of these dudes just from, playing basketball. I have a friend in Ty, so, he's going to get me acclimated, but You know, from the dudes I met and, you know, the ones I knew from before, I think it'll be a seamless, you know, transition.
What is the most exciting aspect?
First a minute.
We got all the cliches.
Tom, Kenny, what you think of the new guy?
Like him. Helped us get off that 16-0 start. I thought our, you know, kind of what we envisioned, our physicality, his activity, you know, size. You just felt it. I don't know if you guys felt it out there. I sure did. Big reason we got off to that good start.
Jeff. DeAndre, what did you think of that reception the fans gave you as you were introduced?
It was great. You know, it's always good to feel the love, especially as a player. You know, I can't thank them enough. They definitely gave me an energy boost out there for sure.
Mike.
Woo! You've talked about the grind and just working through a season. Even with all the success, do you sense the team needs a break?
You know, not really. Max obviously got us off to that, he hit 4 threes, I think, to right off the bat. I thought our 2 big guys were fantastic, protecting the rim. Oh, man, I just love how he shoots the ball and made a couple of big defensive plays, physical, all the things we thought about him are coming true. You love that, first impressions. Fantastic.
You mentioned mindset, and look, these past 2 games before the break, you beat the opponents by over 20. So what does that say about that mindset and mental focus of the group?
I think we're hungry. You know, this is a hungry team. Like I said before the game, ambitious, and we're mature. We got great leadership, and it shows in these type of games.
Would you make it?
So we finally got to move, Cavs fans, as it has been reported by Hoops Hype's Michael Scotto that Cleveland has agreed to a 10-day contract with Naquan Tomlin, who is absolutely tearing it up at the G League level for the Cleveland Charge.
So they've agreed to a 10-day contract. He's playing in the G League with the Cleveland Charge, so Cavs know him really well.
He never played high school basketball, and last night he made his NBA debut. Meet Naquan Tomlin of the Cavs.
First NBA bucket, Q, man.
Oh,
We gonna get the ball. Speed. You gotta talk.
Speed.
Say something.
You gotta bring it in, though.
You gotta bring it in. We gonna get the ball.
On three, though.
All right, together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Knicks, people still talk about what happened a couple of years ago in the playoffs, even though it's 2 different teams. Do you get the sense from games like this that this is a rivalry with this?
They remember. You know, I know our players remember. You know, they talk about it, and it's one of those kind of challenges you got to get over, right? And I know it's not a playoff game tonight, but you know, this is a team that took you out, and how you going to perform against them, how you going to be ready for them if you have to play them again.
In the NBA in minutes per game. All 5. Mobley takes the feed from Struz. Hit him right in the form. Mobley recovers, and Garland carries a 3.
Tell you what, the Cavaliers are really up on the defensive end of this thing.
Manny Native has checked in. Struz for Allen. Boy, the Cavs continue. He appeared to get fouled. He did. He puts it up and in. A circuit shot by Donovan. He missed it. Here's Jerome up to Struz, who's all by his lonesome. 14 triples on 24 long-range shots. Porter off to Wade. What a pass!
When you lose like that in a way, right? I think you guys tell me the rhetoric was, oh, they were more physical and they beat us up physically, right? They're more competitive, all that, and you know, as a competitor, you remember those losses. a simple game. You defend like we defend, and how you guys share the ball and play together and so connected. That's simple formula. Max 8 assists tonight. Times like crazy. And you know what I love? That last group coming in, and you guys played your ass off and played the same way. We just kept it going, and that's why you score 142 points, holding to 105. Hell of a job. All right. Well-deserved day off.
News for the Cavaliers, though. The Cavaliers have gone out and signed another guy. They signed forward Javonte Green, a big guy who can guard on the wing. He was bought out by the Pelicans. Reports are the Cavs will be signing him once he clears waivers. It gives them an additional wing that can defend at a high level. So the Cavs continue to improve roster and upgrade areas that they need to contend.
When we talk about what the ultimate goal of a team as good as your team is, which is winning in June, it almost never happens for teams with two small guards, historically speaking.
Joe, what's your definition of small? I don't consider Don a small guard. I don't. That he's not in that category.
Hey Kenny, just
Hey.
Ty Jerome's performance.
Oh, man.
What can you say about him?
They were joking they're going to name a floater after him, you know. So you guys can start thinking about that, what his floater is. I don't know. He's got amazing. You know, we needed his. You know, with excuse me, Darius out. We needed his ball handling. We needed his playmaking. He was phenomenal. Kind of took the game over there for a while, and then made big plays down the stretch and big defensive play. Had that big steal with the pull-up three. Man, the guy's playing unbelievable. You know, that was a playoff type win.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Thanks for coming today. AB, I see you, baby. Great. CP. Thanks for coming. Yeah.
We've been doing, so let's go 48 minutes, go together on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Everybody scored tonight?
The offensive board. Hunter lines it up. Bingo. A 3. Jerome is in, and Jerome instantly delivers. Work it around. Strus.
Hit him the ball on the short roll and allow him to make plays.
Mitchell flips it in.
Cleveland 15-5 on the break.
Jared Allen gets the roll.
Cleveland's lighting it up tonight.
Dean Wade buries the triple. Mobley, big finish.
Jason Tatum as Green now runs the floor. Be a tough team to beat.
Nice finish by Craig Porter Jr.
Pistons with 7 in a row.
That's right. Inside for the jam. It's time.
Great job tonight. Have fun tomorrow, but like we got another message to send in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So like enjoy tomorrow, but then lock the back in and beat whatever day we play. 3 days. Go together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Team dinner.
Hey y'all, didn't even see you there. Today we are in Orlando at ESPN Wide World of Sports Production Center. We're here after getting a great W over the Orlando Magic. Had a great practice. On our way to Boston to get a W. See you there.
Have you watched the Cleveland Cavaliers this year?
And he's talking about Cleveland over Boston. Yeah, I know Boston's got the chip, but What do you make of his assessment of the Cavs?
Cleveland is definitely playing well.
I love them going out being aggressive. Listen, they've had the best record in the NBA all year. It doesn't do you any good to have the best record. You have to say, that's the team we're going to have to beat.
And the other way I look at series is if Cleveland's playing their best and Boston's playing their best, not if they stop each other, if they're playing their best, who's a better team?
Celtics have hit 9 here in this first half. Mitchell got it.
The resilience that it takes to chip away, what were you most impressed with?
Our leadership, Donovan especially, just he never gets too high or too low. He just kept us even, so we're going to get back in this thing.
Donovan Mitchell with a highlight reel dunk. A vicious throwdown here in Boston.
Boy, that was absolutely filthy by Donovan Mitchell. That just shows you the fire is in there to compete.
All our guys, right? They never got exasperated, and that was an avalanche. That was, great composure, great resiliency.
That was a brawl for it all.
Donovan, you guys were down 22, 5 minutes into this game. How did you keep your composure to just keep chipping away?
Yeah, I mean, everything that could have went possibly wrong went wrong. You know what I mean? And at that point, it's like, you can only go up from there. I think, give them credit. They came out the way, and started the way they were supposed to. But for us, once we got to the end of the first, we've given up 38-point quarters before. We've been down 12 in the first quarter before. So you don't think about the 25-3. You think about the end of it. Just being consistent throughout. Even when we got the lead, to still being consistent. That's the biggest challenge. It's been my challenge all year. How do you respond? And we did.